Good evening and welcome to another amazing session of Traplan webinars. This is your host Arnoor Singh for the evening. So today we are going to discuss about the beautiful Sentara properties. Sentara resorts are becoming very popular in the Indian market these days, and they are gaining attention from a lot of Indian travelers. In this webinar, we'll learn the USP of these properties, exclusive offers for the Indian market, and how you can increase your profit by selling these magnificent resorts. So I can see a lot of travel agent partners joining in already. So without any further delays, I believe we should begin today's session. And to this, I would like to welcome our esteemed guest speaker, Mrs. Momita and Mr. Hemant. Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. How are you?
Thank you so much, Hanu. Pleasure having both of us. It's our absolute honor. And thank you for inviting us for this amazing, interaction that's we're going to have. So my name is Momita Mukherjee Paul. I am the Director of Sales for Sentara Group of Hotels for India market. And I have Hemant along with me. Hemant takes care of basically the Bombay and basically the central and the southern part for Centara. And Hemant, would you like to say hi?
Hi, friends. Thank you so much for the opportunity and all the support that we've received during the tough times COVID period for the past 2 years. And we're looking forward to your support in the future as well. And once again, just want to extend our gratitude from Centara team.
Right. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. So before we begin with the session, so I would like to add a few things over here. So since a lot of our travel agent partners were really excited for this session, so we have a set of questions already with us. So we'll begin with those. Then we can do the presentation and we can have a follow-up round if anyone has any queries or anything or doubts in their mind. So we can have that. So one more thing, that all the agents who have registered for this webinar, they'll be getting a USD 10 discount coupon. So if you have not registered as of now, but have joined this webinar, so I'll be sharing a link in the live chat and you can register even during the webinar, and we'll be mailing you and WhatsApp you the coupon after the webinar. So I believe we should begin now. Right. So the first question is that please let us know about the journey of Centara as a brand globally.
So it has been 7 years. If you talk about my journey, so it has been 7 years with Centara back in 2014 when I have joined. Centara was just a well-known brand for very few properties, to be very honest. So we were kind of known for a property that we have called Centara Grand Mirage in Pattaya, and a property that is called Centara Grand at Central World, which is in Bangkok. These were the two iconic products that was pretty much well known. And we used to, back in the day, we used to do some 10,000 to close to between 10 to 15,000 room nights. So that was a journey from where I started. And now Centara is a full grown global brand. So we originated from Thailand. We are the largest Thai chain. We originated from Thailand and we went international. And now Centara with our contracted partners, if I give you further details, so 2020, when the pandemic started, we all fall into the prey of that pandemic. So we had only 2 properties open, which is definitely Maldives I'm thankful to the destination. Because of that, we survived so far how best we could have. So when we reopened the property back, I think in the month of November, first Sentara Rajkoshi opened, and in December Sentara Grand opened. The first month we registered 6,000 room nights, and the first quarter, including November, because obviously before that we had to close for the first lockdown, we registered close to 25,000 room nights only from one 4-star property. Forget about Grand. I'm not even calculating Grand, which was some 12,000 plus. So that's the immense support that we have received over the years. Now we are not only known as a Thai chain, we are very much settled, and we have a very decent, close to 10% up market share for Maldives as well. Now we have opened in Dubai. Next year, our presence will be in Japan as well. Today morning, me and Hemant, we are just discussing about our new property in Japan. Sri Lanka, we are pretty much there. Top three property in Bentota where we are located. So the journey has been immense, and I can proudly say we are like the top listed brands, one of the top listed brands and preferred brands that India market wants, specifically for those for those destinations where we are placed. So goes without saying, Thailand definitely, because we have immense presence, and now Dubai, Sri Lanka, and Maldives even doing predominantly well for us.
Right, ma'am. So the next question we have is again a very common question from a lot of our viewers. So they said that since you joined Sentara Maldives, the presence in Indian market has increased drastically. So share with us your experience, like how are you targeting the Indian market and what all special things are there for the Indian market?
I would not say since I joined. It's always a teamwork and team effort. I cannot think now it's only my work, because Hemant has, since the time he has joined, close to 4 months, he is working as a team member for me. And I think I have recently done a sales call. I was there for good 7 days. There is no single agents in Bombay who doesn't know Hemant, and he is pretty much there. Plus, he takes care a lot of agents back in the north of India as well. So it's not only my effort; it's all the team members, including my GM, my DOSM, my revenue directors. Everybody has put in an effort. I would currently, I will give some example of the past when we started, doing Maldives. So basically, when we started concentrating on Maldives for our property basically from 2015 or 2016. Before that, India was not much specific. In specific to my property, was not that much. We were not even in top 10 in terms of our nationalities that were doing business to Maldives. But from 2015 and 2016, in specific, where we have done we crossing the border of 1,000 room nights, from 1,000 room nights to 1,800, then it went to 3,000 to 4,000 plus plus. So 2019 pre-COVID, we registered some 6,670 room nights in specific to both the properties, which the inventory for our properties is not that much. So the 4-star has 140 room keys, which is adult only. Hemant will give you a brief more on the property, when he will be doing the presentation. And Grand is obviously with kids allowed. It's a 5-star luxury product, which is 110 room keys. But 2020, like I said, when we relaunched our product and we launched the great flash sale, the India flash sale, the response was brilliant will be an understatement. Was so overwhelming that 25,000 room nights in the first 3 months was something that it's a milestone that we have achieved. For the month of November and December, we were like the top producing properties for maximum of our DMC partners, right from Island Hopper to MVT to One Above to Youngistan to Aishul. So Island Life, Tata Buy, these are like our top producer, including Trackplan. I cannot forget or cannot mention, thank you will be an understatement to the tremendous support that Trackplan has given to us, specifically for Maldives. So I would say that the journey from 1,000 room nights to year, where we have more than 10% of market share, has been humongous, and it is completely a team effort. We have all worked hard and understood the market in such a way that it is like one of the preferred properties where the travel agents look for. If I would say Rajkushi currently, I think it's the top 4 amongst the 4 stars. And one of the preferred 4 stars where I think the travel agents close their eyes and just sell it. We are sitting right here in March, which is not even over, and India being considered as a last minute market. in the month of April, we have already 60% up occupancy from India market, where Russia market is completely stopped, and India and UK is the only producing nationalities that we can see in today's scenario, and close to 60 to 70% occupancy from India market is huge. Grand is also doing pretty well with 20 to 30% occupancy from India. March we were a little better, close to 40-45% occupancy was from India, but April obviously little bit of a low with exams happening, and schools have opened full fledged. So yeah, 5 stars needs to be considered with all the other environmental and I mean how our entire system works. But again, May we are almost 50% up from it, as an occupancy from India market, and we have just launched. I mean, going to launch an offer for specifically for Grand, which gonna be again the second flash sale, summer flash sale that we're gonna like launch. Hopefully, it should be by tonight or maximum by keeping Saturday Sunday as off day. Maximum by Monday morning, we should have the offer live, which will be the summer flash sale. Hoping to get some more business on board. Yeah.
Right. So since you mentioned that you have almost 60% of the occupancy from India, so what
Yes.
were the initial challenges you faced while you were expanding in the Indian market, and how did you solve that issue? Like how to tackle the Indian market? What are the key selling points? Like agents also want to know.
See, I think first, we as in Indians, we have a very close connect with food. So, Indian food is something which is predominantly the prime, I think, a very prime important aspect that a property should have, because a lot of us as in Indians, we are quite comfortable to have our own food wherever we go. So, experiment in terms of food is generally maximum of our crowd don't prefer. Plus, we have various aspects in our own genre of Indian food as well, in which obviously Jain food is there, vegetarian food is there. So that particular segment is also available. When you talk about Grand, so Grand obviously where the kids are allowed, so their hygiene and food also needs to be, taken care of, which is well taken care of actually. When you talk about Maldives, and when I rightly say that, my one of the property is adult only. So it has to be, it's very clear cut, giving a set target, to a niche segment, which is like the honeymooners and the young travelers coming, spending their time asking for the privacy. So Sentara Rajkushi is absolutely apt for them. And I think because we are adult only, and because, we target this particular segment, and what actually Maldives is known for, to be very honest. So that you can find, and and which is definitely there. That's why I think Sentara Rajkushi is so popular in India market. Then when you come to Grand, you feel that 5 star atmosphere altogether. You feel we have our own coral reefs. We have our sunken shipwreck, which is like, for surfing and for underwater diving. It's an amazing scenic beauty, underwater beauty to watch. So all this definitely has made an impact already in India markets. Plus, it's always a very rate, price centric market. So our rates are also apt, and we are very flexible. When we see our competition is going down with the rate, we ensure that we stand at par along with our competition in terms of rate, so that our partners can place our product in a proper way. So we definitely we put our pricing in such a way that we don't compromise on our brand name. We are very strong and very clear about that, and there is no compromise whatsoever. Even if we do wrong, if we go wrong in terms of services, we make sure that we rectify those and come back strong, even stronger than we were before. So yes, I mean, the challenges with Indian food, which we definitely cultured and we developed, we understood what kind of privacy when a honeymooners goes from India once, we have developed that, we have improved that, and that's how we are where we are actually.
Right. So the next question we have is that since there are a lot of other international destinations that are now opening since the COVID is
Yeah,
now gone down,
yeah,
like Thailand, Indonesia, and then Singapore
right.
as well. So how are we planning to target Maldives and market Maldives so that more and more people prefer coming to Maldives even after the other destinations are open?
See, Maldives is a very luxury destination. Maldives needs to be sold the way Maldives has to be sold, you know. 20, I will be very brutally honest, 2020 and 2021. Extremely thankful to the destination that it was open, because of that we have survived. But let's accept the fact that it was not sold the destination that was supposed to be, you know. We need to understand uh, what the destination is. It's very different experience altogether. You know, it's not like same. You cannot compare Maldives, to Goa. I have personally, have attended phone calls where Maldives was being compared to Goa, because Maldives was being sold as a destination. Matlab, there is no other option. Let's sell Maldives. You know, it was kind of like that for 2020 and 2021. I'm happy, to be very honest, that all the destinations are opening. Maldives will get the right, people who are meant for Maldives to go. Plus, it will give the correct agencies to, to give the destination as an option, and they can, sell it as a better luxury, as a different market altogether, which gives a better exposure, which gives a better uh, uh, experience altogether, so for the first time travelers, I would say, please come to the destination and experience something which I will definitely, I mean, I'm quite sure they have not experienced this before. So I'm extremely happy that other destinations are opening, because we will see a very organic growth of Maldives now, what we were seeing 2019. And right people with right attitude and right mindset will be going to, I think, to Maldives, to explore the destination as a Maldives, not to compare it with any other destination, or not to be in the destination because nothing is open. It should not be
Right.
like, which is the, we will look for the property which is the lowest kind of a rates. If you need to experience Maldives the way it is, obviously budget is there, and each and every properties, I think, has been allocated based on the different needs of people. I do understand that. I totally get what India market wants. But having said that, there should be an apple to apple comparison. And now it's the time, because now people can compare it in a better way, with rest of the destination open. They can see what Maldives can offer. And I think it will be a great year for Maldives, for all of us. And we will see, I mean, very right people coming and experiencing Maldives and promoting Maldives in a better way.
Right. So now coming to the next question, that how can we get details, all the updates with regards to the Sentara properties so that we can also share it with our agent partners. So like you mentioned now that we have recently opened in Dubai and all this. So where are
Right.
all these updates available, since we at Trackplan also share daily news with all our travel agents. So if we can,
So for
get these
Trackland,
updates.
yes, definitely. It's a very good question. Thank you for that. So for Trackland, me and Hemant can share a weekly update, what's happening within Centara. Plus, we have newsletters and flyers that Hemant keep on sharing. Definitely, we will include Trackland in that, and you can share it further with all your, travel agencies. And obviously, Trackland for us is like a marketplace where, a lot of agents, where as a hotelier, both me and Hemant can't reach. Definitely, you can help us out. You can be our voice. So definitely, we can share our newsletters with TrapPlan. Plus, our website is right there, which is www.centarahotelsresorts.com. So, and people can follow our pages as well, which is there in social media as Sentara Hotels and Resorts in LinkedIn, Facebook, and even Instagram. Instagram has also, property specific pages as well. If anybody would like to follow Sentara Rajkoshi or Sentara Grand Island in Instagram, they can. We put beautiful stories and, live feed of our travelers enjoying and staying over there. Plus, we have our own YouTube channel of Sentara Hotels and Resorts as well, where the videos are being updated based on the new properties and the new things that is coming up as well. We can share those the same links to TrapPlan, and TrapPlan can also do us a favor and help us out in reaching to the travel agents. That can be done for sure. Hemant will keep a note on this
Of course,
and
yes.
take it forward. Yeah.
Right. So these were some of the most common asked, you can say, FAQ questions. So I
Yeah.
believe now we can shift to the product and hear from you, see a presentation, experience the
Sure.
product, and then probably if there will be any queries left, we will handle them in the end.
Sure. I think Hemant can take it over from now. Anybody has any questions or wants to get in touch with me directly? My email ID will be moumita, pa@chr.co.th. I think by the end of the presentation session, Hemant can just put in the chat both of
Yes.
our email IDs for anybody who wants to get in touch with us directly for Thailand, for Maldives, for Sri Lanka, for Dubai. We will be one email away. So that's all from my side. I will be around and Hemant will take it up with the presentation. Thank you so much.
Hi. We can take the presentation up on the screen.
Right.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'd just like to extend gratitude to the entire TrapPlan team and all the agents supporting us in the recent past. And as we were discussing, it's rightfully said, Maldives is a one-of-a-kind destination. And even before this pandemic situation, there was a lot of spike in the movement towards Maldives because there are multiple factors close vicinity to India. It's at an optimum distance, so it's a short haul. At the same time, it has got luxury experiences to offer. So you can position the destination to multiple demographics, be it honeymooners, be it retirees, be it a bunch of millennials. So it works in all the markets, and you can have products in different price brackets. Before focusing on the Centara Grand Island Resort and Spa in Rajkoshi, just I'd like to give some details about Maldives. It's a island country, very close to India and the Indian Ocean, very close to Sri Lanka. That's why the language that they speak in Maldives, it's a mix of Sri Lankan and Arabic. It's called the Vehi. The capital is Male, where all the international flights land into Maldives. So the first product that I'd like to highlight over here is Sentara Grand Island Resort and Spa. It's a flagship property in Maldives. It's a five-star resort, and as we mentioned earlier, this is a family resort. Now this could be positioned to different clientele. First of all, it's premium luxury. It has got immaculate service, great views, pristine beach, natural, floral bed, lot of flora and fauna to explore. People who are intermediate swimmer, beginners on scuba divers, all of them, this place is like heaven. Maldives is known for its aquatic sea life, and over this island itself, we've got a lot of experiences to offer. If you're doing a four-nighter or five-nighter package, you're giving them and wholesome product because you can enjoy the luxury indulge yourself with food from different parts of the world. We have a signature spa in all the Centaur resorts. So I'll just take you further. Sentara Grand Island Resort is located in the South Ari Atoll. The mode of transfer is a seaplane. Just have to ensure that your flights arrive into Maldives between 9 and 3:30, 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So this would be the most ideal time for us to be able to arrange the seaplane transfers. And as I said, this property can be targeted to a wide array of demographics, for your families, for your couples, retirees, and group of people going to celebrate anniversary, or any party. So we are very well equipped to handle different sizes of group, right from a couple to hosting 40, 50 odd people, small group. As I said, all the villa types as well in this property are very family oriented. And as I said, there is abundant aquatic sea life around the resort. There's whale shark snorkeling, which is a regular occurrence. If you swim twice a day, you will definitely come across a whale shark, and it's very very exciting. It's breathtaking to see a fish which is as big as a truck swimming right next to you. It's that's how it close it gets. And we as I said, we are equipped to even handle small groups, ad hoc groups who are coming to renew their wedding vows, or having their anniversary celebration along with the family, maybe a 50th birthday, 60th birthday. And as I said, this is an extravagant five-star resort. This is one of the top 10 five-star resorts in Maldives. We have something exclusive to offer to your discerning clientele as well. Now, every person has a different definition of luxury. If someone wants exclusivity, a lot of people prefer to have their dining, their swimming pool, all the things that they're going to enjoy at the resort done exclusively. We offer something in that direction as well. It's called the Island Club. I'll tell you the details further. Now, as I said, once you arrive at the Male Airport, we have a Centara counter, airport number 12, at count number 12. Now, this counter is same for both the properties, Centara Grand and Centara Raskushi. It takes roughly about 25 minutes by seaplane to get to the resort. The flights is operated by Trans Maldivian Airways, and as I said, you have to make sure that you arrive during daytime, before 3:30 p.m. preferably. If you're arriving after that, we yes definitely can arrange transfer, but those will be done by a domestic flight operated by Flyme, and from the airport there will be a short 20-minute ride for you to get to the property. Always ensure that you operate your flights that are arriving before 3:30 to ensure the smooth transit of passengers from the airport to the resort. This is just the aerial view of the resort, which showcases where the different villas are located at the property. Uh, we've got duplex beach villa. The entry level villa is the duplex beach villa, which has two floors. So it's vast. The space is ample for families. We can have up to three adults or two adults and two children. Just like a tabulated chart for you to understand. We've got duplex beach villa, deluxe water villa, premium water villa, which is very popular amongst couples. We've got a family water villa because what happens is we do get a lot of requests where there is a family, and an average Indian family is like husband, wife, and two children. So what happens is many of the water villas across Maldives, there is a restraint because of weight limit or structural integrity. They only allow two adults and one child. Over here in family water villa, not only we have occupancy for two adults, two children, we have a separate section where there are bunk beds, and that's very apt for an entire family to enjoy the holiday. One of the most popular villas at our resort is the Deluxe Sunset Overwater Villa with pool. Now we got 20 of these units, and they're always sold way in advance because everybody wants to have that experience of having their own private plunge pool to their attached to their water villa. And amazing, the view is breathtaking, and it's bang for the buck. At the price range that we are offering all this, it's a really stunning deal. Also, we've got something which is for bigger families. Like if you have got four adults or maybe three adults and two children. We have a two-bedroom private pool villa. So it's very spacious, and it has got a bigger private pool overlooking the beach as well. So again, this is very popular amongst big families. So just to give you a few highlight, this is the view towards the beach. Uh, the interiors, it's very spacious for family. The ground floor is the living area, and upstairs you have the bedroom and the bathroom, and towards the back you have exit towards the beach. This is the entry level beach villa, so lot to offer. I mean, if you're doing just a basic 2+2 at Sentara Grand, your guest who will be staying at a beach villa also would have something of an experience and would definitely get you mouth publicity. I mean, whenever the best form of publicity that anyone would want to have for their brand or their property is the word of mouth. I mean, that spreads like wildfire and gets you the organic leads, organic business. So when you have something which is such unique offering, you'll definitely get positive feedback. We've got Deluxe Waterville as well, overlooking the Indian Ocean. Spacious, uh, has enough occupancy for three adults or two adults and one children. And this is the Premium Water Villa. As I said, this is very popular amongst the couples. It has got a very nice hammock out on the deck, on the sun deck. You have got the staircase. You can just drop down to the ocean, go for a swim. It has got a bathtub overlooking the Indian Ocean, and we also have, as I said, the family water villa. As I rightfully mentioned over here, you can see there's a separate section where you've got a TV and a gaming console for your kids, because you would want them to be occupied. You would want them to be entertained as well while you're on the holiday. You've got a sun deck where you could just sit back, relax in the evening, watch the ocean. Uh, Followed by the Sunset Ocean Pool Villa. As I said, now this we've got 20 units, very spacious, has got a attached plunge pool and also a bathtub in the bathroom. This is really well received in amongst couples, and if anybody is wanting to go for a Sunset Ocean Pool Villa, try and have them book as early as possible, because this unit sells like hotcakes. This is the most in demand room category at our property. Uh, Now, as I said, this is something very unique. It's for your big families, four adults or three adults and two children. We've got two bedrooms, a master bedroom and a smaller bedroom with king and twin beds. We've got living area. We've got a much bigger private pool where you can enjoy with your family. You've got a deck overlooking the beach. Now, this, if you have big families who want to stay together, this is what you can recommend. As I said, this property has a lot to offer to different sections, be it couple, be it big families, people just come to the party. In terms of dining, as Mamta rightfully mentioned, we Indians are very specific about what we eat. We've got a very unique taste palette because we used to certain spices and all. So we've got that covered. We've got Reef where we have this is the main dining area, the all-day dining area. We have a seating capacity of 209 seats. Over 100 people can be seated indoor, and we've got seating for people outdoor as well. We've got live noodle station, a teppanyaki grill. So these are live station. It's located right next to the main swimming pool, and we have live music as well during evening. Now, Swanbar is something which is a specialty Thai restaurant. This is a signature Thai restaurant. It's in all the Sentara properties. We've got a seating capacity of about 64 guests. We offer lunch and dinner at this restaurant. And Thai food, as I said, it's very close to the Indian palate. The curry, the base of their curry is coconut milk. So people who people enjoy Indian food are also able to cherish the flavor that the Thai cuisine has to offer. It's very close to the Indian palate, Indian taste palate. Also, we've got an Italian restaurant where you can enjoy the Italian cuisine like pizza, pastas, and all their signature dishes. And we also have an aqua bar, and also the Coral Bar. So these two are the bar where you can have your beverages, and Coral Bar is located near the main swimming pool deck. This is also where we do the high tea in the late afternoon, early evening. Now, as I mentioned earlier, like if you have got those discerning clientele, the HNI clientele, who want to go over and beyond, who want to make sure that they have a special holiday, you can offer them an upgrade, the Island Club. So you've got different tiers of meal plan, like half board, full board, AI, grand AI. So this is something beyond that. We have a separate venue. We have where we could cater exclusive dining, drinks, high tea, your exclusive swimming pool. So this is something that, if someone has already booked a package and is wanting to do something more in terms of experience, this is what you can offer. Now, as I said, this is all out meal plan, the grand all inclusive meal plan. So it includes your daily breakfast, with bubbles, and we have wide array of cuisines, international cuisines in Reef Restaurant. There's unlimited lunch and dinner at Reef, Swanbo, which is the Thai restaurant, Azuri Mare, which is the Italian restaurant. Also got teppanyaki at the Reef. If you're doing a minimum 5 night stay, once during your stay, we can have a meal set up for them over there. So, and if you're doing a minimum stay of 7 nights, we can also do an in-house breakfast as well, free of cost. As I said, you have high tea during late afternoon at the Coral Bar, with sandwiches, pastries, and tea, and different types of coffee. So the resort operates two bars with premium beverages under the GI meal plan between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. So it includes your all spirits, red wine, white wine, gin, single malt liquor, your bourbon, name it and we have it. Like your guests who have got that acquired taste, who want to indulge into fine liquor. All those options are available in our meal plan. And your minibar is also we refill the minibar per day, once a day. It has got your standard carbonated beverages, red wine, white wine, and the sparkling wine. So we also give out spark credit along with the GI meal plan. Now, as I said, Swan Bow is something which is there in almost every center resort. At the same time, we have got a Thai massage center as well. It's called Spa Senbury. It's a signature Centara facility available at all the Centara resorts. So depending on the duration of stay, we give out credit as well, and excursion like sunset cruise and sunset fishing. You can also enjoy the non-motorized water sports like canoe, pedaloos, windsurfs. Now, depending on the level of swimming, like for few activities, it's okay if you do not know swimming at all. For some of the activities like snorkeling, you need to know little basic swimming. I would say intermediate level. And apart from that, there are other motorized sports as well, which you can book once you're at the resort, like banana boat ride, tube rides, these all paid. We've got an in-house fitness center. We've got tennis and beach volleyball court. We've got kids club, because as I said, this is a resort which can be targeted to a wide array of demographic, like families and couples. So we have in-house cinema center as well, where we schedule movies once or twice a week, and we have wireless internet access throughout all the resort. Uh, so these are just the few activities that offered. These are all the paid water sports activities. We can schedule them depending on what day you're at the resort. So there's a detailed timetable which we'll share with the team, which will be circulated down further. So all these, as I said, we've got a diverse aquatic sea life and coral formation all around this pristine island. So the island is abundant of scenic beauty, and surrounding the island is natural coral formation, along with a wide, diverse bouquet of aquatic sea life for you to explore. So sunset fishing is also something which is very amazing. People just if you just take your snorkeling gear and go out for the swim in the ocean, that itself is a story within itself. Now you pay it's a 5-star hotel, so everything, right from your experience in water sports, or not even water sports. If you're just going out for a swim every day while you're at the resort, I mean, you're going to come back with a lot of pleasant memories, happy memories that you will cherish for a long, long time. And apart from the, like, your regular food and beverages and high tea and your water sports activities, we have something unique as well to offer. We provide private dining experiences depending on what the guest would like to explore. The out of all the options that are mentioned over here, the popular ones are the private beach dinner where we have a candlelight dinner set up for the guest. All you have to keep in mind whenever you want something of this sort to be arranged on any given day, like you have a special anniversary, or maybe some special day on which you would want to have this arranged, please have the guest also informed that they can inform the duty manager before 2 p.m. in the afternoon, because some of these setups, like the sand sofa dinner, it takes roughly 2.5 to 3 hours to prepare. They actually dig out a sand sofa, arrange the table, then bring in your food and beverages. So all of this preparation and availability, to check the availability, takes time. So it would always be better if you could provide that time for our staff, which, by the way, I would just like to add, are extremely professional, compassionate, and the service level, as I said, is immaculate. Once your guests are there, Maldives, as I said, no matter how situation changes. I know the COVID situation was a paradigm shift because of which we saw an exponential growth coming into Maldives. But that being said, even the situation, no matter how it changes, Maldives will always remain the most easiest destination that is sold. And I believe everyone in the travel community would agree, because all you got to do is book the resort, the transfers are arranged for, the destination will get the least number of calls for anything. In fact, surprisingly, this is that destination where you get positive feedback from the guests when they really like the food. And talking of food, we have in-house Indian chef at both these resorts now, because as we have experienced and hosted a major chunk of Indian clientele out of all the ethnicity and nationality staying at our resort, we would want to make sure that we can cater all types of Indian food. I mean, if you've got that clientele who has any type of dietary restrictions, like if someone's lactose intolerant, or someone wants Jain food or halal food, all you got to do is let us know, and we are well equipped to ensure that we cater the food of the guests liking while they stay. And the duty manager, the kitchen chef, they too are very considerate about the clients. If we highlight or remark or flag any of the bookings where the guest has requested some special sort of meal or some allergy that needs to be taken care of, they would make sure that they have a meeting with the guest while they're in-house to ensure that the dietary restrictions and their specifications are met. And apart from that, as I was saying, the resort has got a signature Thai massage center. It's called Spa Senvari, where hand-picked aromatic oils, herbs, and scrubs are available to provide you that rejuvenation, that relaxation that people actually need. A big chunk of the people who travel to Maldives, I would say, are repeat travelers. It's the destination where people travel multiple times as well. So if uh, the main focus of the entire staff at the island is to ensure that they have a memorable experience during their stay, happy experience, so all of these, the spa, the kids center, the staff is very kind, very compassionate, very considerate, and then they'll make sure that you leave with a good time. And apart from the spa, as I said, we've got facilities like beachfront swimming pool. We've got a separate children's pool as well. We've got lounge where you could just sit back, relax. There's a gaming console. You could play games. We've got fitness center, people who really take care of their fitness. We've got everything right from the cardio to weights. All, it's a full equipped gym. So anybody who's very conscious about their fitness regime, that too is covered. As I said, we've got kids club. We've got a tennis and a volleyball court. People who would want to spend some time playing sports. That too is possible. As I said, we've got an in-house spa, and we have a dream cinema where we showcase one or two movies per week. Snorkeling equipment, as I said, is available all throughout the state. I would strongly recommend for people who know swimming to definitely go out for a swim every single day, because it's just like having an experience very close and personal with the nature, because you're not going to a gated or a aquarium. You're exploring nature at its best. So you're going to come back with memory of that experience. So you're not just buying a holiday package. We are not when we are selling a holiday package, we are not selling a tangible item, something that a person can touch, keep, or showcase in his drawing room. You're selling a movie ticket. You're selling an experience, and all that stays with the guest once this is over is the memory, is the highlights of that trip. So strongly recommend snorkeling around the island. Amazingly beautiful. Our GM, she is also very health conscious. We have multiple staff at our resort who snorkel every day. They do the entire circumference of the island swimming. So if you want to walk around the island, it takes roughly 20 to 25 minutes to walk along the circumference of the island. And if you want to swim along the coral formation around the island, it takes roughly 1 hour. I mean, nowadays those people have those Fitbit, Apple Band, those watches with the fitness tracker and all. You can literally go around the resort. It takes about 1 hour to swim, and it's a very fulfilling and a peaceful experience. Now, parents who are traveling along with their children, uh, for them, they could have their children go to the camp safari or the e-zone. So we've got different activities to offer for small children, young adults, teenagers. So we've got snooker, pool table, for your young teenagers and all. We've got colors, different activity, building blocks and all for your young kids. And as I said, a lot of water sports activities. So if the guest really wants you to suggest something while they're staying at the resort, definitely recommend them to, depending on the level of swimming that they know, depending on what their interests are, you can offer them a snorkeling tour, a sunset cruise, sunset fishing. There's a semi submarine. Some of these activities are operated on a SIC basis, so there is a minimum operating strength attached to it. So whenever you're recommending these activities, check with us, check with reservations. We can let you know on what slots they're offering. Mostly, what we recommend is for the activities like these, the guest should book these in-house, because that's when the duty manager can assist them with on which day we have met with the minimum operating strength, on which day this is operating on what slot, and they can help the guest book this. As we mentioned earlier, not just the aquatic, the coral sea life, which is a natural formation around the resort. We've got a shipwreck very close to the resort. This is a Japanese freighter, which was lost in sea, very close to the resort. Now, once again, people who have a PADI certification, who know scuba diving, for them this is actually like an exploration, uh, something a unique experience within itself. So this also comes highly recommended for people who already have a PADI certification and are are trained to scuba dive. As we mentioned earlier, we are well equipped to host small beach weddings, sandbag weddings, anniversary functions. We've done small groups in the past, and the guests have had a great time, amazing feedback. So different kind of setup can also be arranged. We just need to be pre-informed, as to the requirements of the guest. Now, apart from the Centara Grand Island Resort and Spa, Centara Raspushi, this is one of the most well-received property in that segment. In the four-star segment, I believe if three out of one couple in India is is hell bent on booking, I want Centara Raspushi. I mean, that's how well this has been positioned in the India market. And Momita at the start was being really modest, to be very honest. She has laid exceptional groundwork. She has done excellent work with this product. I mean, as I said, excellent would be an understatement. There has been huge focus on these properties in Maldives, and they are being well received in Indian market. Just goes to show the services that are available at the resort, the kind of atmosphere that has been created at the resort. Now this is as I said, in the 4-star segment, it's close to the Malé Airport. Once the guests arrive at the Malé Airport, all they need to do is get to the counter number 12. We've got speedboat transfers operating round the clock. So over here, there is no such limitation as time. Now, no matter what time your guests arrive, we will make sure that we have a speedboat which will pick them up. We just need to have the speedboat time informed, at least at D-1, that this is the timing when the guests are arriving. These are the flight details, and transfers will be arranged accordingly. We got a diverse array of beach and water villas available at this resort. Now, primarily, this is an adult-only property. Here, a major chunk of the passengers are mostly honeymooners or people who are celebrating their anniversary, who are just traveling, but majorly it's couples. So, in terms of rooming, also, I'd just like to highlight there are only two rooming options available at this resort. One is twin and other is single. We do not have triple occupancy at this resort. Now, we've got two in-house swimming pools. There are, as I said, even close to this resort, we've got multiple dive sites like Lankan Manta Point, and both these resorts has got a unique aquatic sea life for you to explore. I mean, no matter which resort you are, we would strongly recommend the guests to explore the aquatic sea life, go for snorkeling, go for swimming during the evening or start of the day while they're at the resort. Apart from the other activities or experiences that they would want to explore, uh, exploring the ocean, the Indian Ocean, that comes highly recommended. As I said, all the guests needs to do once they arrive at the airport is get to the counter number 12, and we've got a swift team, resourceful team who will guide the guests to the respective transfer counter for Sentara Grand and Sentara Rajfushi. And as I mentioned earlier, we've got 24/7 round the clock speedboat service available. So over here, there's no challenge as such in terms of what time the transfers can be arranged. Now, once again, this is the aerial view of the resort, just to have a perspective of how the villas have been placed, how the beach villas have been placed. This over here, the view bar is one of the major highlights of the hotel. I mean, out of all the positive and kind feedback that we received from the market, from our B2B agents and from their guests, is the island is has got its it's small, it's very beautiful, and there's a sense of privacy, and it's very ideal for the couples, and they really have a peaceful and good time while at the resort. So just taking you through the category of villas that we've got to offer. We've got two tiers of beach villa. We've got a standard beach villa and we've got a deluxe beach villa. We've got a deluxe water villa, and we have a water villa facing the sunset. So it's called the deluxe sunset water villa. We've got a spa water villa with a bathtub, and the top tier villa at Centara Rajfushi is the premium deluxe sunset over water villa. It's a water villa equipped with a bathtub and a sunset view. So beach villa, this is the standard beach villa, spacious 45 square meters. Maximum occupancy, as you can see, is two adults. It has a king bed, and we also have an option of two queen size bed as well. So if you want, we've got 2-3 rooms. We can do separate beds, but most of them are king beds. So we got a highly upgraded, just one tier above the beach villa is the deluxe beach villa. Now the only major difference is the villa is slightly bigger, and it comes equipped with a bathtub. Now, if the guest has a specific requirement, I want a bathtub in both my villas. People generally do 2+2, 2 nights beach, 2 nights water, and they want some of them are very specific about having a beach bathtub in the beach villa as well. So for them, you need to recommend them to go for the deluxe beach villa. Now we've got 50 units of deluxe water villa, and it's overlooking the Indian Ocean. It's very spacious, and once again, major proportion of the rooms that we have available are king beds. But yes, we do have a couple of rooms with two queen beds as well to offer if you have got a requirement as such. Followed by the deluxe spa water villa, the deluxe sunset water villa. This, as I said, this is the same category of water villa, but here you get the sunset view. Once again, really romantic. Nothing comes close, you at the Indian Ocean. Nothing that you can see apart from water and sunset. For it's miles and miles of nothing after miles and miles of nothing. You're at Maldives, you're at a couples only resort, there's a sense of privacy. You're out on your water villa deck and you're enjoying the sunset. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. You're getting true bang for the buck when you're booking Rajpushi. That's one of the major reasons why Rajpushi is so well received in India market. We've got a deluxe spa water villa as well. This comes along with a bathtub. As I said, we have requirements, but the guests are very specific about having a bathtub in their villa. So over here, that can be taken care of. Then we've got the premium deluxe sunset over villa. Now this is the highest tier of villa category at Sentara Rajpushi, because not only is it a water villa, not only is it facing the sunset, it also comes along with a bathtub out on the deck. So this is the most romantic as it gets. At Maldives, spending quality time with your loved one, enjoying the beautiful view, majestic view, unmatched, unparalleled to any other destination that you may go to. It may be better, but it will not be this. This is something that, is going to be a major USP and highlight in that guest holiday. Now, in terms of resort, in terms of food and beverages, as I said, both these resorts we have in-house Indian chef, and we've got multiple restaurants, and the portions are also not presumptuous. I know when guests eat at fancy restaurants, they've got small meal portions, very presumptuous. Indians, we don't eat like that. We eat, we eat till our stomachs are really full. So the portions are really wholesome. The food is nutritious and tasty, and taste palette. I mean, we do have Indian food available, a few items in breakfast. When we have Indian food available, it's not a very widespread. Let's say you have a requirement for Jain food, so we'll definitely have one or two odd vegetables, dal, kadi chawal, pakoda. There will be few items, but they will be an Indian cuisine, Indian dish, not a continental Indian. Like a continental guy who's preparing an Indian dish may not be able to bring out the same taste and same feel of having an Indian dish. That's not a challenge at both these resorts, since a major proportion of our clientele since pandemic has been Indian ethnicity. So we do deliver Indian food, be it Jain food. It just needs to be requested in advance. So Oceans is where we have the main dining venue, which has a seating capacity of over 130 guests. We have got 86 indoor seating arrangement, 44 outdoor. So your breakfast, lunch, dinner buffet is served over here. Now this is right at the center of the resort. So no matter which villa you placed at, it's equidistant. It's at the epicenter of the resort. It's a barefoot sand floor, throughout the resort. It's very beautiful. You can just walk around the resort, go for the swim during day or evening. We also have, as I said, multi cuisine restaurants. We've got a La Brisa, which is an Italian restaurant where the guests can enjoy their Italian cuisine. If someone's very fond of having pizza or pasta one of the days at the resort, they could have their meal over here. We have live music performed at this resort, and this overlooks the infinity pool at the resort. As I said, Swanboa signature Thai restaurant available at all Sentara property. As I mentioned earlier, the taste palette of Thai cuisine is very close and very similar to the Indian taste palette. They have those green curry, red curry, and it's coconut milk based. So very close. In fact, vegetarian as well. There's this widespread misconception, the vegetarian food is a major challenge when it comes to Oriental or European cuisine. It's not such. A lot of dishes, specialty dishes in Thai, culture, Those are veg dishes. We also have a Middle Eastern theme-based restaurant where you have your shawarmas, your grills, and your meats. So Al Khamai, it is the decor is for tent where you get a feeling of having like a barbecue dinner kind of an experience. Hand-picked raw materials, great chef. The food, the service level is immaculate. It's something that the guest will definitely cherish and have a good time with. Now over here, while we are talking about the bars that are available at the resort, I'd just like to give a special shout to the View Bar. It's a circular bar, and you got seating area all around the circumference of the bar. So, from all the people who've been to the resort, guests, acquaintances, agents who've been on fam trip, we've got a very special feedback, a very warm and kind feedback that once a guest arrives over here, he's arrived to the promised land. You don't want to leave this place. You might finish your drink in half an hour, but you might spend hours over here because you're overlooking the ocean. You're enjoying your drink. It's very comfy. It's very cozy. It's just like home. And we also have a lobby bar, which is Giravaru. Again, we've got capacity of 20 seats. We also have a bar which is right next to the swimming pool. It's a swimmer bar. You can enjoy a swim. If you're not very fond of swimming in the ocean, we've got multiple pools at the resort. You could enjoy your swim and also the drink at the Waves Pool Bar. Now, just like Centara Grand, even Sentara Raspushi Island is surrounded by a diverse variety of aquatic sea life and water sports activities that you can explore. Now, there's an activity chart along with days on which this is performed, on what time slot these are being conducted. Now, these are just tentative time slots along with the tentative timetable of the week. Most of these activities can be weather permitting or can be operated by minimum operating strength. So before booking or even the guest wanting to explore this, just have them informed about the details of the sightseeing, and whatever assistance you need, you can please let us know. We will have our details shared in the chat section of this call for you to reach out to us. Please feel free, give us a shout. We are always a phone call or an email away. Now, similar to the Centara Grand Island Resort and Spa, we offer different dining experiences, private dining experiences. Amongst the one that are mentioned over here, once again, a romantic candlelight beach dinner, classic private dining experience. It is the most popular, and once again, like we mentioned for Centara Grand, you need to at least inform us by 2 p.m. in the afternoon. If the dinner has to be arranged in the evening, it's best that the information is conveyed to the duty manager before 2 p.m. so that they can make the necessary arrangements for the dinner in the evening. Now, we offer different meal plans, like right from bed and breakfast to half board, full board, AI, GI, and depending on what meal plan your guest is booked on, they will avail the services. So your oceans is where you have your unlimited lunch, dinner, dine around option. Swan Boy is the Thai restaurant, La Brisa is Italian, and Alchemy is the Arabic. So depending on what meal plan you're booked on, you get credit to enjoy your meals at the signature uh, restaurants as well, apart from the Oceans restaurant. And as I said, the portions of food, they are really wholesome. They are not pretentious, not small, very nutritious and tasty. We've got a very diverse uh, inventory of liquor at Raspushi Island as well. So anybody who's just pretty much used to an acquired taste in terms of their liquor, high end brands like your Scotch and single malt liquor, even that option is available at Sentara Raspushi Island Resort and Spa. We have a fitness center as well. We've got an e-zone where the people can just chill, watch a series or a movie, maybe play some console games. We have a beach volleyball section right at the resort, and we have a daily activity list which we'll share with the team, and that please percolate down to the agents as well. And there's wireless access available across the resort. Uh, Spa ceremony, as I said, this is something which is uh, inherent in all the Sentara properties. All the oils and creams and lotions are hand-picked, hand-curated. The experience over here is it's worthwhile. Like if you're on a holiday and you just want to relax, have a relaxing massage. This also is highly recommended. You can recommend your guests to explore the spa services at the resort. Now, as I said, we've got multiple swimming pools at the resort. We have a souvenir shop if the guest wants to bring back some memorabilia from their vacation. We have a fitness center with all the options like cardio, your weights, and your free form and your exercise equipment. We have a chill lounge where you can enjoy your movies and series and free console games. We do provide snorkeling equipment depending on the swimming level, the whether the person is a beginner or an intermediate swimmer. We have the staff at the resort advises what would be the best activity for them to explore the ocean. And yes, all the complimentary water sports activities also something that the guests can really explore. Now, this is the E zone that I was talking about. It has got a foosball table because those beanbag sofa chair along with your gaming console. So, if you just want to hang out, have a have some time to yourself, a person can come down over here, spend some quality time. As I said, these are all the excursions and snorkeling tours that are in very close vicinity to the resort. Now, both these islands, as I said, have got a vast variety of aquatic sea life and naturally occurring formation for people to explore. Any person who is PADI certified or knows how to is trained how to scuba dive. I mean, both these islands are heaven. So this is something that, and every island has got something very unique to offer. I mean, in India, we are on mainland, so we identify a place. Let's say it's a district. So over here in Maldives, it's called atoll. A set of island is called atoll. So back in the day, I was a part of a establishment where we did a cruise package where people were taken to different atolls to explore the different aquatic sea life that has just to offer. So every one day, this they asked you to take people to every atoll. So even at both these resorts, you're at different places in Maldives. You have different aquatic sea life, and all year round. I mean, there's no good season or bad season. Once you're in Maldives, you're exploring the water. You're going to come across nature, come across the aquatic sea life and the coral formation, and it's a very beautiful experience. Something the guests will really enjoy and have a good feedback about the property. Over here as well, we can perform the beach weddings, renewal of vows, anniversaries. If there's a family who's just wanting to celebrate the 50th anniversary and they're all adults, we definitely would like to welcome a group, ad hoc group. We are very equipped to host as well. If there's any special dietary requirement, as I said, we will be able to cater that as well. So this again, I'd like to leave you with a picture of the view bar. This is the bar that I was talking about. I mean, once you arrive here, it takes forever for you to leave because it just holds you down with the breathtaking view and the comfy seating arrangement, and you holding your drink in one hand. So this also you can recommend your guests to hang out while they're at the resort. And at the end of it, I'd just like to say I hope all of you all are very well equipped to push sales for Sentara Properties in India market. And any resources or information that you are in need of, you can very well connect with the TravClan team. We are working in sync, and we'll make sure that whatever support you need is delivered to you real time at the best, and ensure that we leverage on this opportunity to push more sales for Sentara Properties. And with more destinations opening up, I believe I understand. There's something that was brought up earlier. Now that the other destinations are open, people will still travel to Maldives because people would want to refrain to go to crowded places. People want to have a vacation with some sense of privacy. Maldives is there on the map, and Maldives is always going to be uh, major part of our outbound traffic from India. So, we really are looking forward to a very bright future, a very good year 2022. And once again, I'd just like to extend our gratitude from the team Centara for all the support that you've showered upon us in the past and all the support that you're going to extend to us in the future as well. Thank you so very much. It has been real pleasure. And Harnoor, please, you can take it further from here. Thank you again.
Right. Thank you so much for this, detailed presentation. And I am sure this session was very enriching for each and every travel agent partner watching this. And I am also very much sure that the sales for Centara are going to boost now after this presentation for sure.
Through
Because
that.
there were a lot of small details which most of the travel agents do not know that these also need to be sold to the client. So, and these are the exclusive things, so I don't think there will be any queries or doubt left. But still, audience, if you have any queries or doubts left, so you can post them in the live chat and then we'll ask all those questions.
Definitely.
Right, so we have received a very few questions, so I believe we can quickly answer them. So the first one is about the spa credits you mentioned. So can you please elaborate a bit more about the spa credits you offer with the bookings?
See, what happens is, depending on the meal plan. Now, let's say talking about the Sentara Grand Island Resort and Spa. Now, if someone is booked on, let's say, a full board meal plan, it depends on the meal plan and also on the duration of stay. But basic, if you booked on a, let's say, all-inclusive meal plan, you get a 10% discount. So in most of the, so you get discount if you're staying with an all-inclusive meal plan package, and if you're booked on a GAI meal plan, and you stay for, let's say, between 1 to 6 nights. In India, most of the bookings for Maldives is anywhere between 3 to 4 nights. We rarely get bookings for more than 5 or 6 nights. But if your client is booked on a GAI meal plan, Grand All-Inclusive Meal Plan, and they're staying at Centara Grand, they get $100 spa credit for per adult for their stay. And if they're booked on any other meal plan like AI, they get a 10% discount on the brochure price that is mentioned on the e-brochure for Spa Senbury.
Right. So moving to the next question, if a client books water activities like scuba diving and all from the resort, so do they get a certificate from the association?
Now there are multiple options. There's a PADI certification. I believe prior to this, it used to be like 5 to 7 days where you needed to have a 5 to 7 days of training, mandatory hours for you to get a PADI certification. PADI certification is for a person who is trained to scuba dive and would not require any assistance or a tandem scuba dive. So I believe now it's 4 days. If a guest wants to do that, yes, we would make arrangements for that, but that will have to be informed, and the guest would have to stay at least for 5 nights, if I'm not wrong. Because what happens is we have scuba diving every day. So before you take a flight, you cannot scuba dive for I believe 8 to 12 hours. So let's say if I'm supposed, or not 24 hours to be safe aside. Let's say if I'm supposed to take a flight out tomorrow, I cannot be scuba diving today. It's not allowed. It's not for health reasons. What happens is when you scuba dive, your gear, your air pressure, the entire barometric pressure of your body changes when you're under the sea. And in very short duration, if you're again flying up in the air, once again, so you're taking your body to the extremes of their barometric pressure. So that is not recommended. So anybody who's wanting to go to Maldives for a PADI certification, both these properties, of course, we can do it. We'll need to be informed in advance. And minimum stay that we would recommend is 5 to 6 nights, because once again, as I said, like the certification itself takes about 3 to 4 days now, and after that they'll need to stay 1 day without doing any sort of scuba diving for them to be able to take the flight on the next day. That is something that most of the people, the information they leave out. If you just ask me about the PADI certification, I would give you a very simple answer: yes, 4 day certification, 4 night stay book. But they'll never tell you that you'll need to book an extra night or two, because it's something that you have to always, as a travel professional, You have to make sure that you cover all the attributes and give a well-informed, proposition to the guest so that they can choose it. Uh, so yes, definitely that can be arranged. Just make sure that it's a minimum 5 to 6 night stay, and we have informed in advance.
Right. So the next question is that you mentioned about the cinema and movie screening on the property. So
Yeah.
what is the frequency of that? And also if there are any other, events happening in the evening where couples or families can enjoy.
Yes, of course. What we do is we've got a cinema night at the island once a week or probably sometimes twice a week. And apparently, Indian movies are quite popular. Most of the times, they do play Indian movies at the resort. Not all the times, but yeah, we have Indian movies played at the resort. So between at least one screening per week, or sometimes they do two screenings as well. They host different kind of activities at the resort. We've got musical chair. Uh, we have a Thai cooking class. We have a pizza class. We have a karaoke thing going on. We perform snorkeling lessons. There's big game fishing. There's a whale shark excursion. I mean, if someone is an intermediate swimmer, there's they take a group of 4 to 6 people, during morning, and they go to the site where there is regular sighting of this whale shark, and it's really as big as a like big small medium sized truck, and you feel so tiny, and it is it's practically harmless. I've seen so many videos from the resort, which have been shared with us by the staff of themselves and of the guests, and even on the online review things. And it's really beautiful. It's very majestic to see how tiny and small you are in front of this giant fish just swimming right next to you. So as I said, when you are at both these resorts, and any level of swimming, you do definitely have to explore the sea life that the resort has to offer. It's a very beautiful and magnificent experience. And this daily activity sheet as well, we will share with TribeClan. Now, as we've discussed, over a weekly basis, we will have different content shared with you, which will enable you to provide, as I said, a very well informed proposition to the guest, and for them to it will help them decide faster, and it will help you close more bookings at a faster rate as well with all this information.
Right. So the next question is from Victoria Travels. So it is basically a feedback for TribeClan as a company. So they are saying that they want a live inventory of all the Sentara properties on the TribeClan portal. So I would like to answer over here that this feedback is duly noted, and we'll work along with the Centara team to bring this to you as soon as possible. So thank you so much, Victoria Travels, for this feedback, and we'll surely work on this. So Hemanji, I cannot see any other queries coming in. So I believe we can conclude today's session over here. So thank you so much, Hemanji and Momita ji, for this wonderful presentation and all the explanation and all the USPs and exclusive offers you were giving about the Sentara properties. I'm sure the agents have understood each and every detail, and now they will be able to book and sell Sentara properties to their clients in a much better way. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you
so
once
much.
again.
Thank you so much. And Hemant, very nicely done with the presentation.
Thank you so much.
Product has been very nicely explained. So Harnoor, thank you so much. And yes, looking forward for the business in the low season. Thank you so much, everybody.
Right.
Thank you. Really appreciate your support.
Right. So a special thanks to the audience for taking out time to attend today's session. I hope this session was enriching for you, and we'll continue to do great business ahead in future. So if you like today's session, do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to press the subscribe button and bell icon so that you do not miss on any future webinars happening here at TribeClan official channel. Thank you so much, audience. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.